Namaste. Many times it happens that you are in love with a person. Let's say you are in love with a woman, and then you marry that woman, and after marriage, things become worse. So you wonder what went wrong. Because for many years you were in relationship with that woman, but after marrying that woman, things became worse. The same scenario is for a woman who is in love with a man. That the moment she marries that man, things become worse. So why these kind of situations happen? In this podcast, I have talked briefly about certain astrological conditions that can actually impact your marriage or your relationship. Because relationship and marriage are two different things, and therefore it is necessary to understand the reason, the astrological reason that can trigger this kind of situations, wherein you are happy with the same person, but the moment you married that person, things became worse. Why? Find the answer in this podcast. So let's begin. The status of relationship is totally based on the transit of planets and the Mahadasha periods. It is necessary to note that some relationships do well as long as they are not converted into marriage. Because when marriage happens, seventh house is activated as well as the aspects to seventh house and seventh house lord are activated. And so if your seventh house and aspects related to seventh house lord are not in good condition, then it is likely that the moment you marry your long time girlfriend or long time boyfriend, the marriage may not work and may fail miserably, and you may start wondering that what went wrong. You wonder that for so many years you had a good relationship with your partner, but the moment you got married to your partner, things started becoming worse. And eventually, marriage became a punishment when it was supposed to become a beautiful, rewarding marriage. That is why many times I suggest that you better remain in a relationship rather than getting married, because the moment you get married, you may start going through unbearable sufferings. So it is advisable that you first check the quality of your seventh house lord, and then decide whether you really want to marry your boyfriend or girlfriend. Because if your seventh house or if your partner's seventh house is afflicted, then it is likely that after marriage your partner's behavior would change drastically, and that would lead you to many miseries than otherwise. Many times you love somebody but you end up marrying somebody else. Why this kind of tragic events happen in your life? Because somewhere your Venus is not in good shape. Venus Mars conjunction, Venus Rahu conjunction, Venus Ketu conjunction, Venus Sun conjunction. These types of Venus conjunctions many times lead you to altogether new path, wherein you have to drop the idea of marrying your girlfriend and you have to marry a totally new woman. So this kind of tragic events can definitely impact you emotionally. But if the woman whom you are marrying, if that woman has a good character, a good 7th house aspect and a good Venus, then definitely she can make your life a heaven. Though it may take time for you to come out of those memories of your past life relationship. There is absolutely no answer or remedy to overcome or to escape such events because it is a part of your destiny and it is a process through which you are destined to go through. Every process and the sufferings that you go through shapes you into a much evolved person. There is a big difference when you read the quote of Buddha that says, life is suffering. And when you yourself go through the phases of life, your life, and self realize that life indeed is a suffering. Your own experience matters than what others say or others quote. Although acceptance is the key that help you to let go, and when you truly let go, you can move on with your life. But to come to the stage of acceptance, it takes time. Time heals. So whenever you come across such difficult relationship situations such as breakup, divorce, cheating, backstabbing, it is necessary that you give time to yourself. It is only time that can heal you, because as time ticks, planetary transits also change. Mahadasha periods also change. And with this change, slowly, you also change. Your perspective changes, your mind changes, and that is how life starts changing. And then, once again, you start smiling, laughing, and life moves on. Yesterday, a young man asked, why is it that after enjoying a good life with me, my girlfriend left me and married other man? I smiled and showed him the quote of Neem Karoli Baba. Baba says, we meet only those people with whom our meeting is predestined. Duration of association with each person is also preordained. One should not grieve if one is separated or if the association does not last long. Wherever you may be, all that is auspicious will be with you. And so, the duration of association with your girlfriend or boyfriend or your wife or husband is preordained. When time comes, either you or your partner will have to step out. This stepping out can manifest either through fights, arguments, misunderstandings, or physical death. Because you will meet when you are destined to meet, and then your meeting or your relationship will be over when you are destined to come out of that relationship. So there is no point in grieving, because nothing is permanent. People change, situations change. As planetary transits change, the situations and people in your life, including yourself, everything changes. Life is constant change. Except for change, everything else changes. Always remember this. Change is constant. It is natural to feel low, to feel extremely sad when you go through a breakup, or when you go through a divorce, or when your partner cheats you. But you should remember that this too shall pass. Life is made of moments. For many past births, you may have gone through such difficult relationship situations. This is not the first time that somebody has broke your heart. But Because you are ignorant, you break down, and then it becomes difficult until time flows by, and one day you wake up and realize that what an idiot you have been. This waking up happens when Jupiter transit becomes positive in your chart, when you land in a good Mahadasha period, and most importantly, you associate yourself with some great, compassionate, divine master. Just by being in the presence of the Master, slowly, you start coming out of this emotional mess. And a day comes when you are again smiling, again happy, and again ready to mingle and to find a good, positive, happy partner. This is how the circle of human life continues. That is why it is called sansar. Sansar means a wheel. It goes on revolving again and again and again until one day you say, enough is enough, and you start following that old man, the old master, who is still waiting for you, who is still sitting beneath that huge banyan tree. He smiles and says, Ab akal ai, meaning, finally, now you have realized the futility of this sansar. But to come to this state of self-realization, it requires a lot of faith, lot of patience and commitment, and above all, Guru's blessings. Enough for now. You all stay happy and remember, life is suffering. You come in this life to seek happiness, but Guru Nanak says, Nanak dukhiya sab sansar, meaning all in this world are unhappy. Further, Guru Nanak says, only those who have walked on the path of the beyond, only these men and women can experience happiness. The path of the beyond, that is the path of the Holy Lord. Unless and until you self-realize this ultimate truth, there is no way you can find lasting happiness in life. My love and blessings to all those who are taking efforts to walk on the path of the beyond. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.